Hello, welcome to this week's Project Connect, which not only is in conjunction this week with Cafe Strange Brew, but if you're listening closely in the background, you might be able to hear my daughter's online Zoom call ballet class. Seems to be a wee bit quiet just now, but if you hear anything in the background, then that's what's going on, all right? Now, last week, my oh my, did last week's design brief not pose a challenge or what, man? And starting with me, to be honest, because if you remember from last week's video, then I said I was struggling with it. I couldn't get anywhere, and I thought I'd kind of nailed it at some point, but then I gave up because I wasn't digging it at all. And maybe I'm not in the best zone at the moment or whatever, but I just couldn't get there. I started wax carving, it was shit. I started saw piercing, it was crap. So I just gave up, which, isn't what I would teach to anyone, but I did. So I want to say well done to everyone who persevered with this, because it's really funny, because every email that came in this week was, this brief was shit, or I really struggled with it, or this wasn't in my zone, or it's not up my alley. And then one or two was like, oh, I love this, which is maybe quite apparent when you see what's been going on. So yeah, I'm glad I challenged you, but I'm not glad that I challenged myself. So well done to everyone who managed to get through this week, and thank you as ever for all of your entries. Now, changing up a wee bit, making it a bit, refreshing it, sorting out the running order, basically, I suppose. So I want to discuss this week's sponsor, which this week is the mighty and amazing Cafe Strange Brew. So here's a little bit about them. Cafe Strange Brew is run by owner and founder Laurie McMillan, who followed her dream as a little girl and opened up in Glasgow's south side in December 2015. After working hard for 10 years to save the money to open Strange Brew, she just wanted to create a wee space that people would like to come to, but she never imagined it would be as busy as it was, with queues often around the corner, and at times you're lucky to get a seat. Laurie also runs Mesa in the East End with Andrea, who is a former chef at Strange Brew, with Laurie, Andrea and also John all running Sweet Jane Bakery just across the road from Mesa. People travel far and wide to taste the delights of Cafe Strange Brew, with it being a firm favourite of both myself and Kate. So thank you to Laurie and to Cafe Strange Brew for being this week's sponsor. And obviously one of Laurie's jobs is to choose the design of a week. What? The design of the week. Works. So without further delays and mispronunciations, let's see what the design of the week is. So congratulations once again to Laura Vernon, who nailed this week's brief. And in Laurie's words, it's very contemporary, but clearly recognisable and adhering to the brief. I like the soft colourings, it's immaculate, very clean lines and very variable. Couldn't agree more. Well done, Laura. Double champion within 3 weeks. Woofed. Laura Vernon, Louis McGrews, you are good. You're good at this, aren't you? A bit like the World Cup, if you win it the third time, you'll have to keep the trophy or something like that. But I have to say I agree entirely with Laurie. Yours was utterly, utterly beautiful. Well done. So that is our worthy Design of the Week champion. What about my Connect 4? Right,
First up is Amy Cairns, and I chose this because I bloody well like it. It's such a sweet design. It's right up my street. I love that. Look at it. Look at it! Next up is Anne Buckle, and I really enjoyed the story of the design, and how she was one of the only ones to do it via CAD. And on top of that, I actually really like this final design. That's a cracker. Next is first time entrant Claire Wooler, and I chose this because of the design, but then the medium she made it in. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? How did you actually do that? Are you some kind of witch? That's amazing. And last up is Sarah Anderson, who submitted this with the subject, Project Fucking Thistle. And the reason I chose this, and I'm going to let her in her own words say it. Happy with the sketch, I cut it out of a wax, immediately broke a bit, then when finally broke another bit. Tried to melt it together, that didn't end. Tried to super glue it, that also didn't work. Determined not to give up, I thought I'd do a paint up of it, but my hands and coordination have been swapped at some point with the gorillas. That was my breaking point, it would appear. So, for perseverance, plus your awesome design, you're in Connect 4. Well done, Sarah.
Connect 4. Bing. They were good, weren't they? Again, I know they're good because I choose them to be part of Connect 4. There's people walking back and forward outside, despite me asking them to be quiet. So I suppose it's on to the bit that we've all been waiting for, and that's the rest of you reprobates in this week's gallery. So, that was last week. Let's move that all to the side. Let's get it out of the way. I'm not doing a thistle brooch ever again in my puff. Anyone comes to me asking for a thistle brooch, I'm going to ask Laura Vernon to do it. That's last week. This is now. This is the here. This is the now. This week's brief might be more up your street. Let's take a look at it.
Okay, our client this week is Jack Monroe, who wants a gift for a friend. So the brief, our client has a very good friend with a very big birthday coming up and wishes to commission us to create one-of-a-kind, outrageous, elegant and jaw-dropping ear decorations. They are open to the designs being earrings, whether it be studs, drops, a combination of both, as well as exploring the idea of alternative decoration like ear cuffs, etc. They only have one request. It has to represent the battle between good and evil. Their friend is obsessed with the eternal conflict, from the depiction in art, both ancient and modern, to television and cinema, to what it represents in actual real life too. It can't be gory or shocking, but their friend loves a bit of attention, so something alternative and eye-catching is definitely required. Jack's friend is bipolar, which has led them to become obsessed with the conflict between opposites, often referring to their disorder as the angels and demons on my shoulders. This is what led the client to think that good and evil on either side would make the perfect birthday gift.
You digging it? I know I am. So, what am I going to do? Well then, I am thinking, because the brief is quite loose, we could talk about studs, we could talk about drops, earrings that climb up there. I'm going to talk about cuffs, ear cuffs, right? I'm thinking of the good and the bad, good versus evil, either side, okay? And one would be a cuff that goes up here to represent evil. So it would be a demon wing, which points down the way, with a wee tail coming down and maybe a wee claw coming up around here. And on the other side would be an angel wing, pointing up the way, up to heaven, with possibly a wee drop of something coming off here. So they are completely mismatched, but one points that way, one points that way. Evil, good. Did you get it? Do you get it? Let's have some kind of hyperlapse with appropriate music.
Same cat with them evil eyes, and I knew it was a spell she cast. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you from behind.
Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel.
Okay, and this was the product of said hyperlapse. So let's start with evil, because evil's the best, clearly. Look at my ergonomically correct ears, modelled on Kate's ears. So, devil, demon, evil. Nice wee hand here coming up and cupping that top part of your ear. It kind of flicks around and curls around. There'll be something around the back here so that it actually stays in place. Obviously in the manufacture of this, it'll be a bit of toing and froing and bending and shaping and forming. Devil wing kind of thing, and then turns into some kind of weird wormish tail. And this would go through the ear hole there, and then that would hopefully be a wee screw on piece at the bottom, which will allow the wearer to pop it on and off. Whereas over on the good side, ooh, good's boring, we've got the angel wing, with a fair bit of design in there, feathers, etc. It's obviously pointing upwards because it's pointing to the heavens with a nice wee drop and a star there. I love stars, obviously. Hiya. I know this design's maybe a wee bit corny, maybe a wee bit cheesy. I don't know. You guys will probably come up with something a wee bit better. I'm obviously not the greatest artist in the world either, but I know, again, as I keep reiterating and saying that, you know, I know what exists in my head. I can't get it down to paper, but I can get it in my head, then into manufacture. Now, there will be a lot of scope for change here, most definitely. But I'm going to have a good go at it. I'm going to do this one first because it's easier. And then I'll have a go at this one. But I definitely want to make these work.
Sick of leaving in the morning with the night you gave away. So now I'm gonna take that all that I can get with those angel eyes you made.
Right, I'm miles away from being done, but I thoroughly enjoyed my wee hour or so carving this wee beauty. So you can see the detail starting to get into it. E-ring post would be under there. It would go through the ear, and then obviously in the metal I'll manipulate it, and we'll put some sort of kind of bit in the back there that would curl round the top of the ear. I pointed to my ear there, just in case you were wondering. So I enjoyed that. I'm going to keep working on that as we go. And now I've kind of got the groove. I'm thoroughly looking forward to creating my demon as well. And it's not really obvious on this camera, but this is the turquoise wax, which I've not worked on before. Look at the devastation here, Jesus. This was turquoise wax, which I actually thoroughly enjoyed carving in. It was really, really good. I enjoyed that, so I would recommend using that. It's kind of in between the green and the blue, so it was kind of perfect for this. There we go.
Off you go now. It's your turn now. I'm going to show you what I got up to during the week, and I promise I will this week, because I know I said that last week with the thistle, but thanks, Kenny Douglas, for that. Jack Monroe this week, much better. So, I'm going to keep sharing what I got up to. Obviously, partially the way through. That doesn't make any sense. I'm a little bit of the way through. So, please, as usual, email me your submissions to this by 12 p.m. next Thursday. Ideally, the earlier the better. It gives me a better chance to prepare for this. Don't forget to tag me and Kate in your efforts with your designs, your midway points, your halfway points, the making of, and the end results. We'll give you a wee shout out, a wee share. We'll get you there. So please tag us in that. And don't forget to keep a hold of all your Connect pieces, because we are desperate to get a Connect exhibition organised once this clusterfuck is over. So we're desperate to do that. It would be really good. The lockdown. You can imagine it. Jack Monroe's good and evil things. I don't know. Mr. Douglas's brooch, just one brooch, just Laura's, and that's it. A handful of others. Certainly not mine anyway. So that was a joke, lads. I love you all. I think that's about it. I've got nothing else to say to you, which makes a pleasant change, I would imagine, for all of you. So I will just say that I insist that you stay safe, be well, and keep kind. Keep doing that. I insist that you stay safe, keep well, be kind. Goodbye.